It's final time here in Oslo, the final of Pro Tour 10 on the PDC Nordic and Baltic Pro Tour for 2026. And we've got ourselves a battle of the Swedes. Daniel Larsson taking on Oskar Lukasiak for the Pro Tour 10 title. It is the PDC Tour card holder, Oskar Lukasiak, to get us underway in this final. As with all the matches on the Pro Tour, from the first round right through to the final, it is the best of 11 legs, first to 6. Both of these players well used to winning titles on this circuit. Daniel Larsson, last time out in Gothenburg in our most recent weekend, back in May, winning the Pro Tour 8 title, which took his career tally on this tour to 9 titles. He is the most successful Swede in the history of the PDC Nordic and Baltic. His opponent here, Oskar Lukasiak, he opened his account a couple of years ago on this tour, doubled his tally last year, made the final of Pro Tour 2 earlier this year, back in the final again, as he looks to win the title for a 3rd consecutive year. Good counting there from Larsson to lead the big fish. What a start that would be to this final. Potential breaker throw in the opening leg, if he can take out the biggest checkout in the game. It's not going to be reeled in the opening leg. At first start, a real blocker. And Larsson comes for cover, picks off another treble 19. Coming back now to take this opening leg against the throw. Will be 20 for tops. Lukasiak to hold his throw. Big 18 for a dart at tops. He goes low. Larsson missed the big number on his previous visit. Finally gets a dart at tops and hits it. The earliest of breaks goes to Daniel Larsson, who today has gone top of the rankings in the PDC Nordic and Baltic Pro Tour. Kordecker, the Sheriff, the long-time leader, at the top of the rankings this year. Quarter-final defeat to Anton Östlund. Larsson's run to the semi-finals was enough to see him go ahead on countback. Now an extra €300 for making this final has put him clear at the top. At the start of the weekend, it was Decker and Larsson that occupied the top 2 spots. At the end of the season, whoever is in that top 2 will qualify for the PDC World Darts Championship. And it is still Decker and Larsson. But it is Larsson at number 1, Decker at number 2. And Larsson has a pretty decent lead over 3rd place Gianni Evisto now. €1,200 heading into this final. If he can pocket this title today, he'll head into that final weekend of the season at the end of September with a €1,700 buffer. With just 2 events left to go, he will be on the cusp of a place in the World Championship. It would be a return to the Palace of Darts for the first time in 4 years. And when I tell you who Daniel Larsson played in his last match at the World Championship, you might think it was a little bit longer. His last opponent at Ali Pali was none other than the 2-time back-to-back world champion, Adrian Lewis. Ton check out here for Larsson to double his lead. And that is a 2-0 lead for Daniel Larsson. His average creeping up into the high 90s. There's a big gap in the averages after just 2 legs. Larsson has taken firm control of this final, breaking the opening leg and holding in 15 darts. Been such a consistent year on the tour for Larsson, which you would come to expect from a player that is top of the rankings, but so far, before today, he'd won a title in Pro Tour 8. He made another final in Pro Tour 7. Before then, 4 semi-finals, 1 quarter-final and 2 last 16s. He has cashed in all of the Pro Tour events so far this year. He is the only player to have done that in 2026, and that is a big reason why he finds himself at the top of the rankings and well on track to get to the World Championship this year. As for his opponent, Oskar Lukasiak, someone that has continued to climb the rankings in the Nordic and Baltic Pro Tour, as Larsson hits a 180 against the throw. Lukasiak, 2 years ago, finished 4th on the rankings. Last year, finished 3rd on countback. He's currently in 5th spot, but a title here would put him up to number 4. The top 2 probably out of reach now, but he'll want to finish as high as he can. Another excellent visit there for Daniel Larsson as he looks to get a double breaker throw and really take firm control of this final. Lukasiak not down to a finish. So Larsson has got the luxury of 6 darts from 62. 1 dart missed at tops, but he will come back with 3 more at it to take a 3-0 lead and be halfway to the finish line. Lukasiak down to a finish now, but he's got to hope that Larsson misses, and that is not a game plan I would advocate. Daniel Larsson 3-0 up here. He's taken firm control of this final. It's been a good weekend for him here in Oslo. Semi-finalist yesterday, as I mentioned. Losing out 6-3 to Teemu Harju. Today, he's been in real good form. Kicked off the day with a trio of 6-0 wins against Tommy Benfin, Patrick Hansen and Valters Melderis. Was then pushed all the way to a last leg decider by Jonas Graverson, who did lead 3-1 and 5-4 in that match. We don't know whether Graverson had a match start at the 1-4-4 in the decider. Larsson did come through that 1-6-5. Then got the better of yesterday's champion, Benjamin Drew Royce, 6-3 to make it into this final. It's looking well on course to take the title here. That 140 halving his score, getting him down to a finish after 9 darts. Lukasiak picks off that treble 17 to leave the 170. Larsson with the first poke at a big finish in this leg. No big trebles a hit, but barring a big shot here from Lukasiak, we'll come back to have a look at that 80 for a 4-0 lead in a race to 6 in this final. Should get 1 dart if he can stay straight. He had to go the 25 ball route there. And that dart looks like it might have fell out of the ball. I'm not quite sure. I can't see from my angle here. Lukasiak gets a go at the ball and hits the ball. How big could that be? Larsson, one dart at the ball for a 4-0 lead. Lukasiak shows him where it is, takes out the 87 on the ball. Just a glimmer of hope for Oskar Lukasiak here in this final. That dart may well have fell out of the ball, we're not quite sure. We don't have any action replays yet on this stream. Oskar Lukasiak's weekend, he's had a very good weekend up to this point. Quarter-finalist yesterday. Lost out to Jonas Maslin. Beat Jonas Maslin, I should say, 6-3 in the last 16. Lost by the same scoreline to the eventual champion, Benjamin Drew Royce. And then today, wins over Bent Lambertson, Andreas Ulgårdhus, Jonas Sorensen, Petri Rasmus and Anton Östlund has got him into this final. Still a break of throw behind. If he can hold his throw here. We'll give Daniel Larsson plenty to think about. Good visit there from Oskar. It's going to come back at this 68 to close the gap to 1. Tops left, and he'll expect to come back. With 3 darts at tops for Oskar Lukasiak to close the gap to just 1 in this final. Searching round the board. 3 darts missed. Daniel Larsson may end up having to go for the bull again here. Doesn't. Treble 17 followed by the double 16. It's a 4-1 lead for the new number 1. Averaging 93. There's a 12-point gap in the averages, but Oskar Lukasiak had chances in that last leg to be just a leg behind in this final. So Larsson just 2 legs away from reaching double figures for titles on the PDC Nordic and Baltic Pro Tour. Just 4 players have won double figures in terms of titles. Kim Viljanen, Mados Razma, Darius Labanauskas and Marco Cantila. Daniel Larsson, 2 more legs and he'll join that exclusive club. He'll be the first player from Sweden to do so. And perhaps more importantly, he'll put himself in such a good position at the top of the rankings with 2 events left to go this season to get back to the World Championship, get back to the Palace of Darts. Decent start to this leg against the throw for Lukasiak though. He won't be giving up hope just yet. Producing a late fight back. We did see that from one of his opponents, Petri Rasmus, in the quarterfinals, where he saw leads of 4-0 and 5-1 almost blown out the window. Rasmus getting it back to 5-4 before Lukasiak did get over the line. Larsson's throw is in danger here. Another bounce out there. Denies him a potential maximum. Lukasiak a chance to get a break back here. It's a good setup to leave 36. He'll hope to get a go at that in a moment. Two breaks a throw behind Oskar Lukasiak. Can he get one of those breaks back here? Double 18. That is the first part done for Oskar Lukasiak. And the last time he broke the Daniel Larsson throw, he was immediately broken back in the next leg. Can't afford to do that now. If he gets broken here, Larsson will throw for the match at 5-2. Got to get this leg as well to have any hope of winning this title. He's made a solid start here. 2 treble visit. Larsson coming up dry in return. We'll give a mention to our next weekend of action. It is the season finale in terms of Pro Tours. We've got Pro Tours 11 and 12 coming up in Tallinn, weekend in Estonia. That will be at the end of September, the 26th to the 27th. Get those dates in your diary if you haven't already. And following those 2 Pro Tour events, the top 2 players, which as things stand is Daniel Larsson and Kordeka. The top 2 will qualify for the PDC World Championship. The top 24 will be heading to Denmark for the second staging of the PDC Nordic and Baltic Championship. They'll be competing for the Jan Hoffman Trophy. Teemu Harju, the current holder of that title. That tournament also carries a spot at Ali Pali, and for the first time the Grand Slam of darts. So a big weekend to finish the season. More details for that event will follow in the next week or so, I'm told. So do keep an eye on the PDC Nordic and Baltic socials if you're not already. Give them a follow. We'll be finding out more details about that event. It was such a great weekend to be a part of last year. I know it's going to be even bigger this year, and looking at the potential field of players that we've got in it this year as well, I think we're in for a very exciting weekend of darts. So keep an eye out for that. Oskar Lukasiak here coming back for double 10 to close to within a leg of Daniel Larsson. Double 10 is found, so from 3-0 and 4-1 down, Oskar Lukasiak is now just a leg behind Daniel Larsson here. But this, you feel, is the big leg. Daniel Larsson with the throw. He holds his throw here. He's 1 away with just 3 to play. If Oskar Lukasiak can take it against the throw, we have ourselves a level game. And Lukasiak will throw first in 2 of the potential last 3 legs. Big moments coming up in this final now. And you see the averages, there was a big gap between the 2 players a few legs ago. Well, now there's barely anything to choose between them, is there? Couple of 1 treble visits for Lukasiak. Gives him a slight advantage against the throw. But back comes Daniel Larsson. Well, we'd be surprised that none of them have found the treble. All around it, just not inside it. Lukasiak again picking off a treble from the visit. We've not had one big shot in this leg. Larsson again. Trebles have dried up for him in the last few minutes. Reminder that Larsson did miss a dart at the ball for a 4-0 lead. Lukasiak took out 87 on the ball to get off the mark. He has won 3 of the next 4 legs. He is down to a finish here. And he's going to get 6 darts from 135 this to level up this final. That's gone 3 points ahead in the averages as well in this leg. You can see the momentum really has changed, and Lukasiak teeing up tops when he comes back. Things have unravelled here for Daniel Larsson, the new #1 on the rankings. Lukasiak has levelled up this final from 3-0 and 4-1 down. The current PDC tour card holder has battled back. He's won the last 3 legs. We have ourselves a best of 3 to determine who will lift the Pro Tour 10 title. Are we going to see Lukasiak win his 3rd title in as many years? Or are we going to see Larsson double up for this year and get to double figures for all-time titles? Will he get his 10th title? He's got a bit of work to do. He now needs to break the Lukasiak throw either in this leg or in a potential decider. And he would not have expected that 5 minutes ago when he was leading 4-1. Larsson does find a treble, not the one he wanted. So this comeback from Lukasiak is really starting to gain a lot of traction now. Could be about to go in front for the first time. There's the 180. He's going to have all the time in the world to get this leg wrapped up here. Oskar Lukasiak. He's got 2 visits minimum to go in front for a 4th leg on the spin. What a comeback it's been. He'll settle for that. Single to double when he comes back. Larsson needs at least 2 big trebles to get down to a finish. Finds the 2 trebles, but again a bounce out. That has cost him leaving a finish, but will it be costly like the bounce out on the bull earlier? I'm not so sure. Two darts missed for Lukasiak. Larsson would have come back with a potential finish here. Instead, just got to try and leave something and hope his opponent misses. And he's not going to. Oskar Lukasiak, 4 legs on the spin. He takes the lead for the first time in this final. He leads 5-4. He is 1 leg away from picking up his 3rd title, the 1st of the year. And it's another bounce out for Daniel Larsson. They're racking up for him in this final. It's hard not to get frustrated. You've had such a good lead in the final. Then you've got the darts falling out the board. Lukasiak can sense he's got his man exactly where he wants him in this final. It's another low-scoring visit for Larsson. Lukasiak will look to jump all over that. Follow up that 137 with another decent visit. Goes without a treble, but he has got a good lead in this leg against the throw. Larsson is being forced to find big visits like that, the 140. Lukasiak, you'd expect to start on the 19s. So 140 wouldn't leave a finish, but it's academic in the end. He's opened the door for Larsson here on his throw to regain control. But again, he's returned the favour to his opponent. Lukasiak knows he's got 6 darts, potentially 9 darts from 259. Get this title won. Can't quite find a way through to find a treble. Larsson chasing round the board to find another treble, and he does that. He's down to a finish first in this leg. What can Oskar Lukasiak leave in reply? It's a brilliant first dart. Excellent darts from Oskar Lukasiak. He's potentially 2 darts away from the title, unless Daniel Larsson can take out this 104. Starting on the 19s. 1 dart at tops, and he takes it. We are going all the way in this Pro Tour 10 final. What a final it's been. Daniel Larsson led 3-0 and 4-1. Oskar Lukasiak reeled off 4 legs to go in front and go a leg away. He was sat waiting on 60 for the title, and Larsson takes out a 104. So it is going to be 1 leg to determine our Pro Tour 10 champion here in Oslo. Maximum for Daniel Larsson. Brilliant start to this decider. Doesn't know how many visits he's going to get against the throw, but kicking off the leg with a 180, you can't ask for much more than that. Lukasiak with back-to-back tons. The advantage, though, is with the man who started second, Larsson, with that maximum, giving himself the initiative here. But he's handed it straight back, that visit of 45. The 180 came at the right time. The 45, I don't think there's ever a good time at that. Certainly the worst time. Another 1 big treble visit for Lukasiak. He's chipping away at his score. Larsson, another trebleless visit. 2 of them to follow the 180. That maximum's keeping him in this leg now, whereas about a minute ago it had put him in control. What's the setup shot going to be like for Lukasiak? It's a pretty good one. 68 left after 12 darts. Daniel Larsson may not get a go at what he leaves here, because you expect Lukasiak to get at least 1 match dart and 1 title dart. And it's going to be at tops. And Oskar Lukasiak is back in the winner's circle on the PDC Nordic and Baltic Pro Tour. He won his first title in 2024, his second in 2025, and now he has completed a hat-trick of titles on this circuit. He denies Daniel Larsson, the new #1 on the rankings, from winning his 10th title of his career. Larsson, though, still in pole position for the World Championship. Lukasiak back winning titles again. He has won his 3rd title. He has beaten Daniel Larsson in a last leg decider by 6 legs to 5. Thank you very much for joining us this weekend. Hope you've enjoyed our coverage on the PDC Nordic and Baltic Pro Tour. We'll be back at the end of September for our final Pro Tour weekend of the season in Tallinn. Until then, we'll see you very soon.